Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Please board quickly and safely. Our monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you.
Hey, welcome everybody. This is episode number 6 of ResortLoop.com. I'm your host, Tim Scott. I'm back after a one-episode hiatus.
And we did miss you. This is Bob Collar.
Liar!
At least the audio sounds much better.
I don't know. I will say Patty did a fantastic job, your lovely wife.
I will not lie. She does look better than you.
Well,
I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm sure all our listeners would agree.
She's sitting behind me.
Oh,
anyway,
no.
So.
She is the puppet master.
If you noticed, I wanted to do my own show, but no, not quite.
Not going to be.
Not going to happen. Not when the boss is in the house.
That's it.
What are we doing today?
Well, I thought today we're going to address, we put it off for a little bit. We were researching, which is my one-day hiatus. I was deeply doing research on this. The new Disney's MyMagic Plus system. Will it plus or will it minus your vacation?
Ooh.
Controversial indeed.
Yeah, it's very interesting what Disney's doing with this MyMagic Plus. It kind of started, I think, with the My Disney experience on the website. They've expanded what you can do on the website, and now it's progressed into this MyMagic Plus, which, for those of you that don't know, you're going to get either a wristband or a card that has the new next gen technology of RFID?
RFID, yes.
Technology, which will allow you, or Disney rather, to kind of tailor your experience a little bit more specifically toward you. There's some things I really like about it, but there's some things that I don't know. It goes along with the their new FastPass Plus that they're going to put forward. Now, the one thing I found was with either the card or the wristband. The card does not put out it won't allow the long distance RFID equipment to see the card as easily as the wristband. So if you're worried about, Disney tracking you, they're not supposed to be tracking you. That's not what this is about. This is about you being able to have this wristband or the card. It is your room key, ticket inside the park. It's your fast pass, everything all in one.
Well, it does sound super convenient.
Okay. Here's some of the things that people are worried about. Some of the things that people are worried about.
We'll address this item by item. See how we feel.
Number one, it's and actually this just recently happened back in January. It's a privacy issue. How much information do you want to give Disney? And this just happened in January, where now our federal government has decided to get involved. They're not busy. They got nothing else going on.
Nothing. They have nothing else to worry about than people in the theme park for a vacation they've already paid for on their own.
It's like my house. I have done so much work on my house. I can just sit back and relax and not do anything.
Yes.
No. Yeah. They need to be focused on a little bit more than what Disney's doing.
Yeah, they don't need to worry about people standing in line for a Toy Story Mania. No.
Exactly. So one of the things, I got on the My Disney experience, and one of the things that you can do on the My Disney experience is you can put down your group, like for you or I, it would be our families.
Okay, our whole party.
Okay. Now, if you have an extended party going, let's say you have a bigger group going, you can put them down as well in your Disney experience for your reservations and all of that. There's two ways to do that, which makes it a little bit nerve-wracking for me, is depending on how you categorize these folks, other people in your party can change things within your reservation system.
Okay, so they're like the administrator on your Magic experience setup.
Right.
I'm not sure that would be a good idea.
Well, here's what I think is the reason they did that is because so many people go through travel agents. So let's say you don't want to deal with making your fast passes and your dining reservations. You don't want to do that. You want to be able to call up or email your travel agent and say, hey, I want to do this at this time.
Okay.
That gives them the ability to do that. But I don't know. That makes me nervous.
Yeah. I mean, you think you would be want to be the one in control of your vacation.
Yes.
And not just give broad guidelines to like your travel agent or your uncle or your nephew while you're on vacation.
Right. And you may say, hey, I've got this great idea. We're going to go do this. And then somebody else gets online and goes, hey, instead of doing that, we're going to do this. And then you don't notice, unless you're checking it, I guess.
Right.
You go and you go, well, wait a minute. I thought we had fast passes for this. No, we changed that. Why did you change it? I mean, that could end up being
well, that could be huge.
You could get in a lot of family arguments that way.
Oh, exactly. And by the time you realize it's been changed, it'll probably be impossible to change back.
Right. Now, according to Disney, this is going to be as easy to change as just whipping out your smartphone and making changes to it. However, I went on and found the Disney Fast Pass. And again, this is kind of part of MyMagic Plus. Is the Fast Pass Plus. And I think that's what really has people more nervous than anything is the Fast Pass Plus.
Oh, right.
Because Fast Passes up till now have been as simple as going in, putting your ticket in and getting a Fast Pass. And then how long are they good for? I can't remember.
I think it depends. Usually, you come back a couple hours later.
Yeah. You can get up to 2, I think, can't you, at one time?
I think it depends on the attraction. I think some attractions will let you go get another one. Other times you have to wait till you've used your other one. Or till the window is up. Right.
You're correct, yeah. So I think one of the things it says here is, it's the Managed Friends and Connect Friends. You may make FastPass selections for yourself, your Managed Friends, and your Connected Friends. So like your Managed Friends would not have access to that. But Connected Friends would. So you get that whole Connected Friends thing going, and you got to be careful about who you're allowing to connect, I would think. Because it says your connected friends may also make FastPass selections for you or modify the selections you've made without notification to you. So there, I don't like it.
That just screams family argument over a family vacation that you'll never recover from.
Very, very possible. You're exactly right. And then it says FastPass Plus selections made for you by a friend will count toward the number of FastPass selections you make and hold. So it sounds to me like they're going to limit how many FastPasses you can get off of this system. And then if somebody makes a change and you don't know it, now you've lost the ability to have your FastPasses.
Wow.
I'm not loving it.
No.
And then the other thing is you can't park hop with the FastPass Plus.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge for us. I mean, we park hop all the time. We always start in one park in the morning and end in a different one in the evening. Absolutely. And if you're over at the Magic Kingdom and you're fast passing for for you the Stitch ride. Well, of course.
Because you love it so much.
We do. We're a glutton.
And then you want to go over and ride Soarin' in the afternoon. You can't do it. Now under the current system with the paper fast passes, you can do that. There's nothing that keeps you from doing that. And I think this is the biggest problem is going to be in the resorts like the Resort Loops resorts and the Epcot resorts, where you can walk into Epcot, get a fast pass for Soarin' for the afternoon, cut through Epcot. If you've got park hoppers, cut through Epcot, hop on the monorail, go to the Magic Kingdom, play in the Magic Kingdom until noon, and head back to Epcot and use your fast pass at Soarin'. You can't do that.
Right.
You won't be able to do that. So, I don't know. Those are some of the minuses that I found. A plus that I do like, and I will say that it's not all negative, is that you can get fast passes now for some of the shows, and including the fireworks shows.
That is huge. I did see that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and the parades. And as you know, we've avoided a lot of the parades just because you don't want to stand and wait for half an hour or an hour and make sure you get that good spot.
Waiting for a parade is probably my least favorite Disney vacation experience ever on a consistent basis.
Right, because you've talked about you guys like watching the fireworks, and what ends up happening at the fireworks?
No doubt, you have your spot, you've waited, you're in a great view, and people start nudging against you, trying to move your stroller, stand in front of the stroller where you've had your children, either for a parade or fireworks, acting like you have to beckon down to them because they decide they're going to watch the stuff in front of you.
Right.
It's just not a very positive experience, and I tend to get a little angry.
Yes, because
because it's not a surprise that the parade and that's going to be starting.
Right.
All throughout the day, it's like fireworks at 10 o'clock, parade at 9 and 11.
And what time is the 3 o'clock parade?
It depends on your time zone.
Exactly. And apparently, a lot of people are on different time zones that are there.
Exactly. They think the parade starts when they're ready.
Right.
But not our listeners. I'm just saying,
Right. No, our listeners know what's going on.
No, they got it going on.
So I do like that. I have heard some of the recent people who have used the FastPass Pluses. It's not quite ready yet because people have showed up at Illuminations. They had the FastPass for a Plus for Illuminations, and none of the cast members really what to do with them or where to put them. So it's still in the phase of they're trying to work out the kinks. And I think it's going to take some time.
Oh, I'm sure this is just one big beta testing period for the whole thing for everybody.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I was looking at the Disney Parks blog, and from Tom Staggs, the chairman of Walt Disney Parks and Resorts, he says flat out that, quote, we'll be testing and adjusting and adding features to the MyMagic Plus and My Disney experience over time, and we'll continue to make improvements based on our guests' feedback. So right there tells you they're not quite sure what they're going to do with this yet.
Right. Their sim park game hasn't gone through all the scenarios yet.
Exactly.
But if you're out there and you do have a positive or negative experience, you really need to let them know so they can address any issues and
absolutely
reinforce things that are working really well.
Disney is huge on customer feedback.
Yes.
Guest feedback, I should say. They don't consider us customers; they consider us guests.
And I think they put a lot of weight on it, especially if you stop in the guest relations.
Guest relations, yeah.
Yeah, if you stop in guest relations, they really value that opinion because you've taken time to actually tell them basically in real time what's going on. Right.
So it's always give feedback. And one of the things I like to do, and I know you have done many times, is when you get a good positive experience, especially from a cast member, let their manager know or somebody at guest relations know, because it does go a long way for those folks. They're, from my understanding, Disney's not paying their folks a ton of money. Mm-hmm. They do it because they love doing it, and but they do get some perks if they get some good reviews from guests.
Yes, I've heard it goes in their personal file, and that's taken into great consideration when opportunities to move up come along.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I wish that worked in our business.
I wish lots of things worked in our business. But anyway.
I'll tell you what, I do like the My Disney experience, and if you have anybody out there has any type of Disney login and password that you've used before. Mm-hmm. I know yours and mine go as far back as the go.com
That's
days.
right. That was my very first email at go.com.
There you go. They do work still with the My Disney experience. So try that. If it doesn't, you'll have to re-register. But I was able to log on with one of my old ones, and it works just fine. And what I really, really like about it, you got to check out the new My Disney experience because it is so cool. You click on, let's say, make dining reservations. Okay. It'll take you to the all parks and resorts dining reservations, and it gives you a list. What type of dining experience do you want? Either reservations, buffet, family style, casual dining, character dining, and it goes on from there. And then the next category is price range. How much do you want to spend per person? The type of cuisine, African, American, Asian, bakery, and on from there. This is really cool. It will give you, if anybody is out there that is familiar with TripAdvisor, and I know you are, Tim.
Oh, you turned me on to that. Absolutely.
I love TripAdvisor. They have a guest rating of the restaurants. So let's say you just want anywhere from a 4 circle and up, 4 and 5 are your 2. You click on those, it will only give you those 4 and 5 rated restaurants.
Oh, okay.
That's going to kill the ones that
right
are down at the bottom.
Yes.
You put in your date when you want to make the reservation, the meal time, the exact time. You can go on the half hours or just breakfast, lunch, or dinner, whichever you want, and your party size, and then click find table, and it will find a restaurant that has available reservations.
That is cool.
Yeah, it is so cool. I love it. I was I was messing around with this thing all night last night. Cool. But I tell you what, I still can't get reservations at Ohana.
Really?
I tried every day. We're thinking about going in June. I haven't made the reservations yet, but I was hitting every date in June and couldn't find one that would give me Ohana.
Did you do the trick where you try for a party of 2?
I did not.
Try that.
That's cheating.
No, they say as long as you're in the system, they can get you a table. Because I've been in Ohana. I've not seen too many tables just for 2 people.
That's true.
So.
True.
Try for like a party of 2 and a party of 6 when you've done the whole party of 4 thing.
I will do that.
Yes. That reminds me of something else. I was thinking about this FastPass Magic Plus thing.
Yes.
As far as dining, say I'm wondering if you happen to have a reservation at, let's say, Le Cellier in Epcot.
I love it.
Yes, you would. It is fantastic. But then, you're in the Magic Kingdom at like 5:30 and your reservation's at 6.
Yes.
I would think, does Disney know you're at the Magic Kingdom and you're not going to make your reservation and they can give that table to somebody else without you having to call and cancel?
I think that's part of it. But again, they're saying that if all you have is the card, it's not going to, it would have to know that you're there because you've used it to go in to the park.
So I'm kind of thinking it might help with the bottlenecks at some of the restaurants as far as reservations and at your dining.
Well, I do know that one of the biggest concerns that I've seen on all the websites right now is, as you know, and I'm kind of a freestyle kind of guy going to the parks.
Yes.
I show up and I have a hard time making those advanced dining reservations so far out in advance just because I don't know what I'm going to want to eat when I get there.
That's true.
I might want fish instead of a burger or something.
Right.
So to make those reservations that far out, and it's so difficult now to get a reservation once you're within that week.
It's terrible. It is terrible.
And a lot of people are now very concerned that this FastPass Plus is going to do the same thing for the rides.
Yes.
And you're never going to get on Expedition Everest, or you're never going to get on, Space Mountain or something like that.
Right, because I know everybody enjoys planning a trip, but do you want to have it down to such detail that you know what you're going to do every hour of the day for the whole, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of your vacation? Right.
And really, that's what our podcast has been about in so many regards. Is we're going to talk about what to do on a really, really hot day.
Yes.
You're not going to. You may say, "Hey, we're going to go to the Animal Kingdom on, July 8th, because that's when we're on vacation. We're going to be there on July 8th." What if the Animal Kingdom is 110 degrees on July 8th?
It will feel like it, even if it's 80 degrees. But no, that's a very good point.
You're going to want to do something else. And my understanding, again, I go back to what I read on the FastPass Plus, is those rules are very, very stringent. If you lose out, you lose out. They're gone.
Right.
You can't move them someplace else. I think it's making a lot of people very nervous.
Well, we both know there's two kinds of vacation guests at Disney. There's those who go totally oblivious.
Yes.
It's just they're going to Disney. We're driving in the car. We're flying down, and we're staying at the hotel, and we're gonna plan everything when we get there. That the morning of.
Which is a bad idea.
Bad idea. And then there's the totally other end of the spectrum. Those who have micromanaged everything. They're in the parks with their iPads. They're their computer programs, their apps, they're tracking, other crowds.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of people fall in between, but I'm worried that the people that do show up without any kind of planning whatsoever are going to have, an even harder time. Because, if you don't have a positive experience your first trip, you're not going to go back and you're not going to enjoy all the other levels that there is to offer.
Right. Yeah, I just wonder how much this is geared toward the folks like us, the Disney geeks that go a lot. We're very familiar with how the system works. If you're not willing to research this, I mean, you and I've researched this now for 2 months.
Oh, exactly.
And it's overwhelming to us. And we don't even know all of the ins and outs of it yet, because I don't think Disney does, really.
Right.
So to have someone who this is their first trip to Disney World try and figure this all out, it's going to be a daunting task.
And hopefully if you've planned your vacation with a travel planner, travel agent, hopefully they're up on this.
Right.
Some travel agents, when you know more than them, when you sit down and ask them a couple questions.
That is so true.
They're like, yeah, Disney has 3 parks, and you just want to hit all of them. And you're thinking, well, yeah, there is 4 now. Oh, yeah, we forgot about that one.
What?
But let me tell you about River Country.
Oh.
I'm sorry, ma'am. That's close to.
Oh. I miss River Country.
I know, it was a good time.
That was good.
Anyway,
yeah, I just I don't know. It's an overwhelming thing. And the other thing is, what about these folks that aren't staying on property? I know that this is trying to drive people. Disney's a business. Let's face it.
Yes, it is.
And they're trying to drive as much business their way as possible. And if you're not staying on property, it's going to make it difficult, because you can't get right now. The wristbands are just for people staying on property. You can get the cards if you're staying off property, but I don't think you can get those in advance.
As of now, I don't think you can. That might be their plan eventually. Maybe they'll send them to you in the mail, kind of like your luggage tags for cruises.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they send you those in advance, but I don't know. I thought I saw somewhere that they were going to offer it to any pass holder.
Yeah, they've got some stuff. I know a lot of the annual pass holders are confused by it as well. They're a little concerned.
Because I've heard there might be a limit on any kind of a fast pass they could get. And I've heard it, so many a year, so many a quarter, so many a month. And I don't think Disney even knows quite yet what they're going to.
That's right. Yeah, I think what did I see? I said something like 30, or maybe it's 80 that they're thinking about giving the annual pass holders.
Okay. You start looking at things. A lot of it's rumors, and you don't want to start spreading rumors that haven't been verified yet.
Right. But the key is, like you said, you need to listen to podcasts. You need to do as much research as you can, even if you're not going to book the trip yourself. Even if you're going to go through one of the Disney travel agencies or AAA or your local travel agent, just so that if they're giving you bad advice.
Yeah, you definitely need to talk with other people. Send us an email.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you can send us an email at ResortLoop.com or
our Facebook page.
Our Facebook page. I know I had someone ask me the other day. They're going down with 6 people.
Okay.
And I said, you can get 2 rooms at one of the value resorts. You could do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to go. And they said, yeah, but the travel agent is pushing us toward the suites at Arts and Animation. And I'm thinking 6 people, and they're almost all adults.
Uh-huh.
I think the youngest one's only 16.
Okay.
So I said, I don't think there's going to be enough room in one of those. No, that's what they say. I said, you're better off going over to Old Key West. Try Old Key West.
Mm-hmm.
And I crunched the numbers myself, and it's a little bit more expensive at Old Key West for a 2-bedroom.
Okay.
But they would have been much happier, and as you know, you can cook. You can make your own meals, and with that many people, you're going to want to cook.
Oh, I've been in the 2-bedroom there.
Yeah.
Actually, they're huge. That would be a great call. At Pushing a Park, at least the building we were at, right outside the door.
Right.
Right outside the door to your place, and it's fantastic.
Right. So I gave this person all this information, And what did they do? They went with arts and animation.
What do you know? You don't know. You're not qualified.
I don't know what I'm talking about. What do I know? Just been there every year for the past 15 years. I don't know anything. So, make sure you do a lot of research before you go. Do as much as you can. It's overwhelming. But just so that when you do make those reservations with a travel agent, you're not making big mistakes. We all make mistakes. I still make mistakes when I go down there.
Yeah. And I will say, if you're going to rely on discussion boards for your information, take a lot of that with a grain of salt too.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've seen some pretty outrageous things on those.
Yeah, I think that might be a segment on our show, like outrageous posts.
That would be great.
Because my wife will point some out to me, and we'll just shake our head like, "Really? This is your biggest concern on this trip?"
Right. But yeah, if anybody has any information on the My Disney Experience or MyMagic Plus or the FastPass Plus, if you've been there recently, like I said, I plan on going middle of this year. And now you're doing cruising. You're going on a cruise, right?
We're cruising this August on the Fantasy, but we're going to try to swing by Disney, maybe a day or two before.
Right.
But that will we don't think we're going to do the park thing, which was, going back to one of our earlier episodes. What to do without going to the park. So, and we're looking forward to that too.
Absolutely. That'll be a great time. Anyway, like I said, if you've been, please shoot us an email or hit us up on Facebook to let us know what your experience with it has been.
That's right. Spread the love. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors.
That's the only way we'll get the information out is by sharing.
That's right.
And that's kind of what this podcast is all about, is just sharing the information. So
we're willing to learn as hosts as well.
Exactly. I don't know what I'm talking about most of the time. Ask my wife, or just listen to the last podcast. I apologize. I haven't had any sweepstakes lately. So Tim and I talked about this and what we're going to do, just to for those of you that really like to listen and are computer savvy, like I'm sure all of you are, we're going to start posting the sweepstakes early on our Facebook and website. So check us out at Resort Loop on Facebook. Of course, you can always just go to our website, ResortLoop.com, and click on the Facebook if you want to go that route. But we're going to post the sweepstakes ahead of time. So this has already been up on our website and already been up on our Facebook page. But here's the sweepstakes. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
This is a big one. This is the one I've been promising you for a while. This is a Disney Pixar Brave sweepstakes. What it is you will win an exclusive this is from their website, exclusive money can't buy 5-night trip to Scotland. Scotland. To experience the land that inspired Brave. Some of the magnificent treats they have in store for the lucky winner include a luxurious accommodation, including a 16th century castle.
Beautiful.
Your own personal tour guide, a unique sailing experience across Scotland's most legendary loch.
Oh.
Wonder what that might be. Loch Ness, perhaps?
Maybe there's a monster.
There's something. A private seaplane trip to a mystical Scottish island.
Oh.
An after-hours guided tour of the National Museum. A private viewing of the Scottish crown jewels and a legendary stone of destiny. Your wife has some of those crown jewels, right? She's Scottish royalty, yes?
Well, we're all Scottish. That would be our last name, Scott.
Oh, there you go. Say.
Scotland.
That makes no sense.
I'll stop doing that. I know.
And archery lessons on the grounds of one of Scotland's iconic castles. So all you got to do is simply go to www.visitscotland.com/brave/competition. And it looks like I've entered a couple of times.
Okay, I'm looking at it as well. It looks beautiful. The castle looks fantastic.
It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. This is wrapping up here relatively shortly. I'm trying to find the when it ends. It ends March 1st. March 1st. So you only got a week to go.
So you can enter. as often as you can.
A little bit late, but yeah. No purchase necessary to win or to enter. So I think that would be awesome.
I would agree.
Get to go to Scotland.
We need one of our listeners to win that competition.
Yes. Oh, wouldn't that be cool?
That would be awesome.
We would have them on the podcast.
They could tell us all about it. We want a major trip highlights from that one. A trip report.
We'll post your pictures. We will put your pictures up. So that's that one. And of course, Disney has their competition, their sweepstakes going on right now as well.
That's continuing.
And that's continuing. So go to WaltDisneyWorld.com, and I'll put that up on the website.
Okay, sounds good. Throw it up on the Facebook page for our lovely listeners.
Well, except, I appreciate you saying that, but there's that one guy. He's not.
He's your co-host, dude.
Oh, is he back?
Oh,
he's back.
He's back. He's been here the whole show.
Oh, okay. Dang. So anyway, that's our sweepstakes for tonight. That's all I got. I'm so confused. I'm sorry. I am so confused on this MyMagic Plus.
Well, there's so much to this MyMagic Plus thing going on, and so much of it hasn't been confirmed by anything yet. We're kind of speculating on some stuff about what we've heard other people say.
So there's some pluses, there's some minuses. I think Disney will end up pushing the pluses.
There'll be pluses, but they have to get through the minuses first, and that's to be expected.
It's going to be a bumpy ride. I know that.
So buckle up.
Buckle up. I like that.
I think maybe we'll wrap it up. This won't be the last time we address MyMagic Plus. I'm sure we'll come back when we have some more information.
Absolutely.
But for now, I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
This has been the Resort Loop. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for listening. Check out our Facebook page. Check out our website. And we'll see you later.
See you, everybody.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Ah, that went well.